So here's a guide to the night sky during Irish Astronomy Week. Constellations are groups of stars that form recognisable patterns or shapes in the night sky. They're named after the mythological figures, animals and objects that they resemble. Humans have been observing and naming constellations for thousands of years, with some of the earliest recorded constellations dating back to ancient civilizations such as the Babylonians and Egyptians. There are 88 modern constellations recognised by the International Astronomical Union, each with its own unique pattern of stars. Some of the most famous constellations include Orion, the Plough, part of the larger constellation Ursa Major, and the Southern Cross. That one's not visible from Ireland. Constellations are useful for astronomers and stargazers alike, as they can be used as reference points to locate other celestial objects such as planets, galaxies and nebulae.
Also in the night sky during Irish Astronomy Week, there will be a number of solar system objects on view, and we will start our observations looking to the west after sunset on Monday the 20th of March. Very low down, we have the last chance for a while to see Jupiter. This is the largest planet in the solar system and could hold approximately 1,000 Earths. It rotates very fast, every 10 hours or so, and through a small telescope, the changes in the weather can be seen, particularly the Great Red Spot, which is a storm that has been raging for at least 300 years. Jupiter has over 90 moons, and more are being found all the time. Many of them are very small, but 4 of them are large enough to be seen with a pair of binoculars, and indeed, Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei discovered these moons in 1609. Moving on up, we see Venus, the brightest object in the sky other than the Sun or the Moon. It is effectively a twin of the Earth, being nearly the same size, but as it is closer to the Sun and has suffered a runaway greenhouse effect, it is much hotter at 430 degrees Celsius. Moving a little higher in the same direction, it might be possible to see Uranus as a pale green blob in binoculars or a telescope. Very few people can see Uranus naked eye. It is just on the threshold of visibility, but I have never seen it. Continuing upwards, we will come to the Seven Sisters asterism, or the Pleiades, or Messier 45. This is a close together group of stars surrounded by nebulosity. Some people can see 6 or 7, while those with very good eyesight can see up to 12. Through a telescope, it becomes apparent that there are many more, as many as 200. Continuing our journey upwards, we will arrive at Mars, the red planet. Mars is past its brightest, that was back in October, but is still an impressive sight with the red colour being very apparent.
Looking south. There are several first magnitude stars visible in Ireland in March, depending on the time of night and location in the sky. Looking southwards after sunset, we see the familiar shape of Orion the Hunter. We can use Orion and his belt as a signpost to other bright stars. Following the belt downwards, we arrive at Sirius, also known as the Dog Star. Sirius is located in the constellation Canis Major and is the brightest star in the night sky. It can be seen low in the southwest just after sunset in March. Another first magnitude star visible in March is Betelgeuse, which is located in the constellation Orion. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant star and is one of the largest known stars in the galaxy. It can be seen high in the southern sky. At the opposite corner of Orion is Rigel, meaning foot. It is a blue supergiant star. Note the colour contrast between Rigel and Betelgeuse. Following the stars of the belt upwards, we will soon come to Aldebaran, the Eye of the Bull. Like Betelgeuse, Aldebaran has a reddish colour, though less pronounced. It is more orange. It is a less massive star than Betelgeuse, and it is surrounded by the Hyades star cluster. Though it is not part of this group, it is just in the same direction but much closer. Using the top stars in Orion as a pointer, we can trace a line from Bellatrix through Betelgeuse until we arrive at Procyon. This, like Sirius, is a very local star to us, being only a few light years away.
Looking back towards Jupiter and a little to the right, we can see a large square made up of 4 second magnitude stars. This is the Great Square of Pegasus. From here we can trace a path up to the furthest object that can be seen with the naked eye, the Andromeda Galaxy. First, find the top of the square and remember the distance between the 2 stars. Then take a gentle right turn and move the same distance until you see another equally bright star. This is Merak. Stop here and take a 90-degree right turn and go a short distance to the first dimmer star. This is Mu Andromeda. Then go the same distance again and look for a faint fuzzy patch. It may be easier to see if you look at it slightly off centre. We call this averted vision. This is the Andromeda Galaxy, a whole galaxy even bigger than our own Milky Way galaxy, and it may contain as many as 1 trillion stars. The light from this galaxy has been travelling towards us for about 2.5 million years, so we are looking at it not as it is now, but as it was 2.5 million years ago, yet in terms of the universe, it is our near neighbour. Looking back towards Merak, we travel on past it for the same distance again, and we may be able to see M33, the Triangulum Galaxy. This is on the very edge of naked eye visibility, but some people can see it. It's much easier to see in binoculars.
Now, one nice thing about Irish Astronomy Week is that there'll be a nice moon moving through the sky on some of the days, a nice thin crescent moon. Now, starting on Wednesday the 22nd of March, the very thin moon will be close to Jupiter. That's to say, very near to the western horizon. You can probably start looking for that after about 7 o'clock in the evening. And it might be, if you see Jupiter, then you'll find the thin moon from there. It will be very thin and hard to see, but it moves on during the next few days because the moon moves about 15 degrees through the sky every day. And on the 23rd, Thursday the 23rd, the moon will move upwards so that at the same time in the evening, about 7:30, it will be in between Jupiter and Venus, both of which should be visible if you've got a good western horizon. Venus should be easy, of course, if there's no clouds. Jupiter slightly harder to see. So then that moon will continue to move upwards, so that on the 24th, that's the Friday of the week, that the moon will be just past Venus, and the two pairings will look very effective together. And also, the moon will be a good signpost if you've never actually seen Uranus. Uranus will be a faint green blob in binoculars or telescope. Some, as I said earlier, I think do see it naked eye, but it's very difficult to see Uranus. But it's worth having a look, just to look a bit closer in on that. That's the picture there. We have Venus, the moon, then just a little bit further on you have the pale green dot of Uranus there, and that's a closer view still. The moon being a good signpost there. So that's another little bonus, to see a nice thin series of moons over the course of a few days there.
This for the moment concludes our trip around the night sky during Irish Astronomy Week. There is much more to see, of course, so keep looking up.